Get ready for Adam and Eve on a spaceship. Hello everyone, welcome to Movie Reviews by Josh. My name is Josh Terry, and today we're going to be talking about Passengers, a new science fiction movie from director Morten Tyldum, who you may remember from The Imitation Game a couple years ago with Benedict Cumberbatch. This is a little bit of a different animal though from a World War II suspense film. This is a science fiction film about two civilians who are on a 120-year journey on a spaceship to a new colony planet when they wound up getting woken up early out of their hibernation sleep. Chris Pratt plays Jim, who is kind of the main character here and the first to get woken up after the ship passes through a meteor storm. There's kind of a glitch and he winds up getting roused from his hibernation sleep. So he spends about a year going back and forth and trying to reconcile his situation, and he realizes that in the 90 years of the journey that is still left, he's going to die long before they ever get to the colony. He concludes that he can't do it alone, and so he revives another passenger named Aurora, who's played by Jennifer Lawrence. And so this becomes kind of a two-person film, essentially. So once the two of them are awake, the conflict of Passengers really kicks into gear, because you have the question of what caused this in the first place? Is there going to be more problems with the ship? And then you also have the question of, is Jennifer Lawrence ever going to find out that Chris Pratt actually intentionally woke her up and essentially ruined her chances at the colony as well? So the best science fiction has a way of bringing the humanity out of a technology situation, because they're on this really cool spaceship that looks incredible and looks wonderful and is sleek and graceful and all this kind of thing. And you have these two human beings that are on this space voyage to another planet. But it's really about the humanity between them and the conflict and the whole idea of, can you justify ruining somebody else's life in order to save your own? And this is what makes the movie really good at the beginning and sets you up to feel like this is something that's going to be kind of special and is really going to kind of dig into some interesting ideas. In addition, there is one semi-human character that is a bartender, is an android bartender played by Sheen. And he's kind of the one person that they can talk to, the one person who was able to keep Jim company before he decided to revive Aurora. And if you're familiar at all with The Shining, you're going to see this Arthur character, the bartender, and you're going to think this is kind of like the same guy from The Shining that Jack Nicholson goes and talks to in the bar. Even the patterns on the carpet, like it's all set up to be a very kind of a Kubrick style of movie. And that's just one of the things early on that makes you think that Passengers is going to be something kind of special, which makes it all the more disappointing when eventually the movie kind of falls apart and it goes from kind of a serious science fiction film to more of kind of a Hollywood action type thing. And they sacrifice the story and the insight for the flash and the spectacle. And that's why ultimately I was really disappointed by this movie. I was looking forward to it. I really liked the people involved, but eventually it just fell flat. And knowing that the director was the one behind The Imitation Game almost makes it a little worse, because you know that he's capable of doing some really good, insightful drama and suspense. But this movie just kind of bailed out at the end and just kind of took the easy way out. And so unfortunately I would give this one about 2.5 stars out of 4. It starts well, kind of lets you down. Overall, if you understand what kind of movie it's going to be, it's not that bad, because it does have some good action moments and there's some great special effects. And of course, just watching, Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence interact is really worthwhile. But because it sets your expectations in one place and then kind of pulls the rug out from under you, it's ultimately a disappointment. And Passengers is PG-13, almost exclusively for sexual content. It's probably no surprise, especially if you've seen the trailers, that the relationship between Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt's character is going to become a sexual relationship. But there are also a couple of shots of Chris Pratt's backside early in the film. So if that's a draw, then hey, maybe you could bump this one up to 3 or 4 stars. But as for me and my house, I have to pass. So thanks again for joining me. Again, this has been Movie Reviews by Josh. My name is Josh Terry. Be sure to subscribe to see more videos and always keep your notifications on so you can see as soon as we post.